for both myself and my family. After the meeting on Tuesday, called my mum and dad first, and they're obviously very excited for me. And yeah, they booked their flights to come here. They just landed this morning, so they're very keen for it.
I know you've been branded, widely as the fastest man in Australian rugby. Just out of curiosity, what is your fastest time over 100 meters?
Oh, I haven't run 100 meters in a long time. It's probably since school, but top speed is probably about 10.2 meters per second. So it's just the same speed as Bobby.
We're obviously, as a former Sevens guy, or you are still currently playing, but you should know what the Cape Town Stadium plays like. Do you feel like you're more accustomed than some of your teammates to playing with?
I wouldn't say I'm more accustomed. Played here in Cape Town 2022. It's a lot different then. Obviously, it's playing sevens. It's a different game. So I think a few of the boys played there before in 15. So it's quite different to playing sevens.
Rob, what's it like being back in the starting team now and just getting into it?
Yeah, feels good. Just been in rehab with my calf and came back against the Lions and ended up doing a little niggle to it. So just been on the mend a bit, and but yeah, happy to be back, and hopefully I can do my job for the team this week.
What are you expecting from the Springboks in terms of the physical battle?
Yeah, definitely expecting a response from them, especially after last week. But I think our focus this week has just been mostly on us, just controlling what we can do in camp and through training. We know that we can control what how we play, and going up against the Springboks, I think that's probably the most important part.
Rob, tell us about the reserves I saw at Spot last week, sitting in the stands among some fans. Just tell us first of all, like your feelings during that game. I mean, obviously 22-0 down after 20 minutes, and then sort of jumping up and punching the air. I mean, what was that experience like? Just give us a bit of a rundown, and were you getting some choice commentary from some of the other Spot fans?
Yeah, at the start there, I thought it was going to be a long day. Obviously 22-0 up. It wasn't a good start for us, and we're getting some looks from some of the crowd. But no, I think second half, when the boys started scoring some tries, things sort of turned around, and we were jumping up and down, and we were probably the only ones jumping up and down. So everyone was sort of looking at us like, like, what are you guys up to? But yeah, it was a bit of a roller coaster up there. But yeah, I was just so happy for the team, and the way that we were able to bounce back in the second half, and showed our character there, and to be able to come back like that against a team like the Springboks. All of us were cheering, and we were so happy for the whole team.
And I know you're part of the squad and you enjoy the moment, but in a way, how much more motivation does it give you to actually experience that kind of high on the field?
Yeah, definitely. I think whenever you're in the stands, you always want to be on the field. That's where you want to be. But I think everyone in the squad knows that it takes the whole squad to put out a performance like that. Last week, the boys that weren't selected, were able to train well and put the starters under pressure, and I think the results showed on Saturday. How the whole team trained and how the boys responded. So I was really happy with everyone.
Rob, are you disappointed that Sia, Kolisi, and Peter Step is not playing, and you missing out on that opportunity facing you on the home ground?
Nah, not disappointed. Look, you obviously want to go against quality back rows, but I know the South Africans, the depth that they have in the back row is probably second to none. So I know the back row that they have this week will be just as tough as Sia and Peter Steph as well. So looking forward to going to battle.
Corey, can you take a bit of inspiration from players like Jason Colby, Curtly Arends, Joe Schmidt, who made They applied the trade in sevens first, then they made the step up to 15s and became World Cup winners. Can you take a bit of inspiration from that?
Yeah, definitely. They all started their rugby journey in sevens. I take a lot of confidence out of that, and yeah, also they're sort of smaller wingers, a bit like myself. Yeah, I guess looking up to those guys play so well and be some of the best wingers in the world. Yeah, definitely gives me a lot of confidence coming into this weekend. Yes.
Rob, you've been around the Wallabies setup quite a few years now. Just, you know, there was a general feeling that Wallaby rugby was on the way down. The last few weeks have certainly changed that perception. What's your take on the growth and where Wallaby rugby is, especially with the 27 World Cup?
Yeah, definitely building. And I think that's a credit to the coaching staff and the players being able to be coached by Joe and his coaching staff. And I think a lot of it is just down to a lot of the detail, attention to detail. And I think if anything's to go by the past couple of weeks, I've thought we've been playing some great rugby. And I guess we're not getting ahead of ourselves. I think we're trying to take it week by week. And I think the biggest test you could probably put yourself up against is against the Springboks, back to back on the home turf. So I think something that we're trying to build, and we know that it's week by week. It's process driven and not outcome driven. So look, I think something building within the team, and you can sort of feel the confidence within each other, and I think that's only going to grow as well. So
does it sting when people have been saying, "Oh, the Wallabies are finished," and clearly not? Do you use that as fuel?
Or I wouldn't say so. I think there's always going to be outside noise, and I think a lot of our boys here don't really listen to it. I think we sort of just focus on again our preparation and how we train, and I think we take our confidence from there and try to put on the paddock on Saturday. So look, I think we always, as a team, we always look in, and we're never really looking out to hear about everyone's opinions about us. And I think that's probably the great thing about us. Like, we're just focused on each other, and just building confidence within.
Anything further in the room?
Yeah, sure. Rob, a common theme throughout the week from Tate and everyone else we had the opportunity to interview was, consistency in the performances. Just how do you measure that in terms of, do you look at performance? Do you look at the result? What is the main goal, I set for yourself?
Yeah, I'd probably say through training. I think that's a way you can train, and I guess we always look back on our games and see where we can always work on. I guess our tackles, our techniques, and that, and then practice that through the training week. So I think consistency through our training will help with that. The way that we train and the way that we review ourselves, and look, I think compared to last year, I think a lot of boys are on the computer more and looking at their training and seeing where they can get better. So I think that's probably where you'll get your good performances. Throughout the week and taking day by day.
And Corey, just switching from 7s to 15s. You had the season with the Brumbies and quite a decent strike rate there in terms of tries as well. Just talk us through what the big challenges were making that switch, especially 15s. You have a lot less space to work with, and what you expect from it at this level.
Yeah, it's quite a different game. Sevens, there's not that much space, and there's a lot bigger guys like Bobby on the field. So making those tackles is always going to be bigger guys, and it's really a completely different game. But I've had 3 years at the Brumbies now, so got a lot of confidence and belief. Playing a lot of 15s, so I can go out there and do a job this weekend.
Got time for a couple online guys. I can see Nick, you got your hand up there. Nope. Pato.
Yeah, mate. Sorry.
Nick's there.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, got you, Nick.
Yep. 2 questions for me. First up for Corey. Obviously, you've talked to me about your headspace. You've been around in the squad for a little while. Finally getting named. Imagine the boys would have been up for that. What was kind of the first feeling you had? Was it kind of a feeling of relief of like, yep, finally it's happening. I'm finally all that effort I'm putting in is good, or is it now just like, yep, got to step up and do a job?
Probably just excitement. I've been around the squad for a little while now, so I've kind of been quite excited for a little while now. So, but I've played a lot of footy with these guys before, like Tom Wright, Lenny, and Whitey in the backs. So yeah, playing with those boys, got a lot of confidence and belief that I can go out there this weekend and do my job.
Awesome. And then second one for Bobby. Obviously, like you've been on the sideline for a little while, for the last 2 games or so. You've been seeing the squad killing it over the last couple of games. And what's kind of been the headspace from the sideline, so to speak, of the camp? Have you kind of just been enjoying the ride that the boys have had on the field, or is it just been more of a case of having FOMO and getting itchy feet and getting ready to get back out there?
I'd probably say a bit of both. Obviously, seeing the team be so successful over the past 2 games, and maybe on the sideline, it sort of drives you in a bit of motivation as well, just to, I guess, get through rehab. It's not a fun time in rehab, so any motivation you can get to do drills and day by day, that helps. But obviously been excited with the group and the growth that they've shown over the past 2 games, and just really happy to be back.
Pato, did you have a question for Rob or Corey?
Yeah, just a quick one for Rob. How long do you reckon you got in you this week, mate? Obviously, haven't played for a while, but they've been pretty cautious with you. Do you reckon you can get most of a game out? And maybe just a quick second one. You've played a lot of footy with Corey now. Big finals games, lots of Super Rugby game. His ability to step up to Test week.
Yeah. Not too sure on the minutes, but the lungs have been tested last week and this week, especially last week. Had a bit of running to do last week at Alice Park, and that wasn't fun. I got through training well this week, and felt okay. So I guess we'll see how the body goes on the weekend. And excited to see my mate Tully play. At Brumbies, he's sort of creates something out of nothing. Whenever he's got the ball, you always know he's going to make at least a 10, 20 metre gain somehow. Always beats the first defender, and I guess as forwards, sort of makes the game easier for you. When someone gets gain line, so we're always playing on the front foot. So excited for him to play and go up against some good oppositions.
I got time for one more online if there's something that hasn't been asked.
Just ask, you've been around the Wallabies setup for a year now. Do you feel like you're best prepared and that, the long kind of stint it's taken to get to this point has actually been beneficial in terms of getting you to the start line?
Yeah, definitely. Obviously wanted to play last year, but didn't get the opportunity. But the longer you be amongst the squad and the more trainings you do, you definitely get a lot more confidence out of that. And coaches like Joe and Lord, when you're working with them day in, day out, they also bring a lot of confidence with you. Definitely.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate your time. I'll be on the phone if there's anything else required. Thank you.
Thank you.